Okay, because I'm lazy and I don't want to pull the old fertilizer from above the composting bins, I'm just going to take this box that I have, which I don't think I've used yet, so there should be 5 pounds in here, split it into 4 portions for the 4 beds in the greenhouses. Instructions say that 2.5 to 5 pounds per 100 square feet. Each of my beds is 50 square feet, so that's 1.25 to 2.5 pounds. So yeah, 1.5 pounds per bed is probably fine, and then I need to mix it thoroughly into the top 3 inches of soil. 1.5 pounds and 3 different tubs, because one bed in the greenhouses I'm gonna let just grow the orach that's volunteer there. Okay dudes, it's a nice day. I've been out here fiddling around in the 2 little greenhouses, and yeah, snow's all gone. We're supposed to have a really nice week. A little bit of freezing weather at night, but not too cold. Yeah, let me show you what I did in the greenhouses. Okay, so first off, I got my goofy Velcro door re-stapled so that this piece of the Velcro is now stuck back to the plastic, and I can attach to this and close up. Yes, and then in here, I got fertilizer, 1.5 pounds on each bed, and just kind of mixed in about 3 inches deep, and pulled a bunch of rhizomous grasses out of the back there where it's growing like crazy. And in this greenhouse, I got this bed here, same thing, 1.5 pounds of fertilizer mixed in. And this is the bed I noticed last week where all of the orach was coming up on its own, just volunteer little buddies. So I just left this alone. I've got some orach coming up at this far end. This is where I grew my seed orach last year, and so it dropped some seed, and I'm just gonna let these guys grow and get a couple of seed orach plants from there. I've got my 2 flats of transplants, bok choy and lettuce, and I wasn't sure how my lettuce was gonna do, but it seems to be popping up, and hopefully these ones can bust open their little pellet. So yeah, covered with 2 layers of Agribon, although it hasn't been freezing at night. But that keeps everything moist. So yeah, I think what I'm gonna do this afternoon is get a few seeds planted in these beds. Mostly the soil's a little bit moist. I'm gonna water them in, put some row cover on them. I ran a hose, kind of temporary. Well, there's me, hi. So I can get some water out here. A lot of times this time of year it's still frozen and there's no water, but right now I have water. Okay, I'm back out at it, planting some seeds. Okay, so in this bed I've got spinach. In this bed I've got the orach growing, but I also poked in a few more orach seeds around there, but I only had the patience to do this first half of the bed with additional orach. And then I've got a little bit of radish seed at all of the bed ends in here. This is the radish seed. This is the orach that I don't have very much left of. Have to be careful. And this is the Lakeside spinach, and I don't have a whole lot left because I ended up putting it down a lot thicker than I'd wanted. So I'm just gonna tap these guys in and water them in. Okay, before it gets much darker, let's look at what I planted here. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rows of Frizzy Lizzy, which I wanted to put in with my salad mixes in the past, but I didn't do it last year. And then I've got, whoa, the last 1, 2 rows of Lakeside spinach, because I didn't have much left. And so what I decided to do is do the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows in whatever little bit of orach seed that I had left, because I think I'm just gonna order some more, right? Yes, I can order some more seed if I need it, and I just want some seeds in the soil, because if I need to rip something out, or if I need to plant transplants in amongst things that are growing, that's what I'm gonna do, because I just want to get stuff in there. Double layer of Agribon on both these beds, and the other greenhouse, it's got its blankies on. What I'm gonna do next is move all these piles of seaweed out onto the beds. And I'm dealing with my monkeyed up toe still, so I'm gonna be hobbling along, but it is what it is. Okay, so of all the beds that are not yet covered in seaweed, I've got 3 over here where I'm going to be direct seeding some sugar snap peas and some clover. So I'm just gonna leave those bare. The 2 beds with the tarps, they're going to be transplants, along with these 3 beds right here, they're gonna be transplants. So I'm gonna load those up with seaweed, because I can easily transplant into seaweed. This bed right here at the end is gonna be baby chard, so I might as well just go ahead and leave that. Ooh, chainsaw, can you hear it? Leave it without anything on top of it. Maybe throw on some fertilizer and have Tyler run our janky rototiller before I plant the baby chard. There is the first robin I've seen this year. Look who just came to visit. Dear friend. So I'm not worrying about the fences right now. I want to get the seaweed in before I put up the fences. Or when I say fences, I mean the fence. The deer fence that goes around here. So once that's all moved in there, then I can put that fence up. Alrighty, so I've got those 2 beds done. I used the material over here, which was less composted. And then these 3 beds here. And I used the more composted stuff. And I thought, oh, I'll put it on a little more lightly. But I ended up just like putting it on really heavy. So yeah, and I'm not 100% sure what I'm gonna do with what's left over. I thought about putting this pile on the potato patch over here later on maybe, and this patch maybe starting a rhubarb patch or something over there in the corner, along with some of this dirt. I don't know. Anyway, I got done what I was gonna get done. I forgot to say yesterday, first day of spring. Happy spring, everyone. I had to do a little running around today, so I'm only just now out here. And I think I'm gonna give my spindly arms a little bit of a rest. Maybe what I'll get done today is just get the fencing up and row cover on the garlic beds. But first I need to take, I need to take down the Christmas lights and the wreath and things, because it's springtime. Christmas tree used to be so tiny. Tiny. Now he's almost 7 feet tall. All the white snowberries are dead. Snowberries. I think I'm gonna keep these cones and just get rid of the pine needles and the snowberries. Okay, dudes, before I do other things, I am curious if my potatoes are sprouting underneath these tarps. I think I'm just gonna pull the tarps off. Doesn't look like anything's coming up yet. Okay, so I scared a little mouse thing. I think it's underneath this rock. It is. Hey, little buddy. I don't know if he eats carrots. Who are you, buddy? Who are you? Is he a vole or a mouse or what? Oh, he's got like a little hole in his back. What is that, people? You let me know. I don't know what it is. Okay, so I just decided to pull the tarps over here because there's some grasses, you know, growing under this area. So this is an experiment to see if potatoes come up if I plant them in the fall. Okay, onward, folks. Row cover over garlic beds. I did an inventory of my row cover in the fall and did not follow up and order it. So last night I ordered some Agribon row cover for early in the springs, gives it a little bit of warmth, and I'm just gonna have to make do with the little bit that I have. I'm so bad. So yeah, I got the row cover. I ordered some orach seed, which is, they had a little, the little bit was too little and the too much was too much, and so I just ordered the too much orach seed. I started getting nervous that I didn't have enough baby chard or spinach, so I ordered some spinach, and then I got a trellis system since it didn't cost a whole lot, and I wanted to try it for the sugar snap peas. So anyway, yeah, and then today I went to the store to get some things and looking for some like rock phosphate to throw on the beds for the carrots, and there was only like 1 4-pound bag, and I got some perlite. Anyway, I'm a terrible planner. I'm terrible at thinking ahead about what I need to do and getting it done. I mean, I guess I think ahead and know what I need to do, but I just never get it done. Anyway, okay, covering the garlic beds. 9, 10, 11, 12. I think it's 12 per bed, about every 4 feet, just jammed in about 4 to 6 inches on each side. And yeah, I got quite a few little garlics popping up here and there. Okay, there we go. This one at the end is barely long enough, and I've only got them pinned down with rocks at the end, and I'll secure them later on. I think that's it for today, folks. All right, so the 3 beds over there by the garlic, that's going to be carrots. So I need to scrape off the seaweed into the pathways and add some phosphate of some sort, because I don't know that the fertility is that great in those beds. Okay, dude, so I've got all the bed seaweed scraped into the pathways. Usually what I do then, as it dries out, I stomp on it and crunch it up. And sometimes if it's crunchy enough, I can throw it back onto the bed. So I started weeding. There's a bunch of weeds in the ditch in front of the greenhouses. So I started going through that with a wheel hoe and throwing the dirt up against the greenhouses. And then I went back behind the greenhouses and started yanking out all the reeds and trees and things that were trying to grow back there. Okay, folks, so I did nothing yesterday because I was totally wiped out. Just stayed in the house. Feeling a little bit more energetic today, so got quite a bit done. First off, I went into the greenhouse and thinned my bok choy down to 1 seedling per soil block. Then I came out here to deal with these 3 beds on the far side where it's going to be kind of cover crop of, you know, clover and sugar snap peas. And so I went through the pathways where there's some weeds, you know, went through with the wheel hoe, shoveled the soil onto the beds, and yeah, kind of just raked them out. And because I'm not really 100% sure that maybe I might desperately need an emergency bed for something, I just covered these 2 beds up with tarps. And this far bed, I think maybe tonight I'm gonna plant sugar snap peas. So anyway, I went ahead and did that. And then, because I kind of needed another tarp, I went ahead and moved this 1 pile of seaweed, and I moved it over to the hugelkultur over in the corner there. And yeah, I was a little bit nervous because, okay, I've got this seaweed and I could use it for my beds out here where I'm selling things, but I've just been wanting to grow like maybe some rhubarb, some chives, things that don't need to be inside a fence. And so I just threw the seaweed over to that corner. Then I could use a tarp, cover up those beds there. And then I got the fences up. You can't see them because they're mesh. Yeah, so all I got is this last one pile of seaweed, which I think I might move over to the potato patch over here and extend that. But I'm done for now. Next week I'll take care of my 3 beds that are gonna be planted in carrots and my 1 bed that still has carrots growing in it from last year. Whew, it's been freezing every night. My arms are so tired, I can hardly hold this camera up. It's been getting down into the 30s every night, but we've just been having these gorgeous days, and it's been super lucky because it's not always like this, and I can't always get this much work done. So I think I'm kind of ahead of schedule. Am I? Okay, guys. Ah, my arm. See you guys next week. Dirt. Okay, folks, I'm planting sugar snap peas. Super sugar snap. And I'm going every, I don't know, few inches. Just jamming them in there. And my last long piece of Agribon to keep the birds out. Oh boy. That's one happy bird.